Hi guys. So I apologize for another awkward in the car video recording, but gotta take the time when I can get it. So, just to recap, I am doing my placement with one of the public schools in my area and through their special education department. And then I'm physically placed in their integrated preschool program. So I wanted to talk a little bit this week about diversity, and not so much, more just sort of like on an individual basis, and sort of the things that I've observed during this placement, and I've kind of put some of it together with some of the things that I've also just experienced in my own life, like through work experiences and whatnot, and kind of get some of your feedback on it. And also, tell me if you think that I'm on base with some of the thoughts that you've maybe had, or if I'm just totally on my own planet over here. But, so, with that being said, one of the things I've noticed is that through this program that I'm in, so I know I've explained it before, but just so everyone remembers, there are 3 different home bases for these preschool programs. So there's 3 different schools within the district. But then there's 6 teachers. So there's 2 teachers in each one of these schools, and they each have a morning and an afternoon class. Excuse me. So I spent time in each one of the classrooms, and right away it's easy to tell what there's definitely differences between how each one of these teachers handles their classroom. So with that being said, I know that teachers sort of have that leeway of, there's certain expectations as far as what the children are learning, but within reason, how they're learning those different things is up to the teacher. So I kind of tried to take a step back and thought about it of, when there's a kid, let's say with, a behavior problem, because 8 of these kids in these classrooms are special needs of some sort, so that could be behavioral or mental or whatever kind of special needs they have, with 8 peers that are considered average. So there's going to be behaviors. So some of the teachers excuse me, I'm trying to get over a cold. Some of the teachers definitely make a bigger deal out of some of the behaviors than other teachers do. So I'm not saying one is, more right than another, but what I do think is important is that, the child in the situation is getting the most out of that situation that they can be. So being that it's a school environment, that they're learning the most that they can, and then making the most of their peer socialization time that they can. So when I was thinking about this, I then also started to think about my own work experiences and sort of the differences of even, for example, when I think about the clients that I have, I don't work for DCF, but I am contracted through them, so I have a lot of experience with working with different DCF workers, and every time that I get a referral, I, look at it immediately, see, okay, who's the worker, and I can start to feel myself be like, oh boy, it's this person, or oh yeah, it's this one. Because there is such a difference in how, even though they're working for the same state agency, there's such a difference in how they do things. So, that's really where that sort of diverse population comes in within one agency. And so I guess what I'm sort of getting at is sometimes I, see myself start to stop and think, just because I get more excited about one worker than I do with working with another worker, or even with these preschool classes that I'm going into, there's definitely days that, excuse me, depending on which room I'm going into, I look forward to more than another because of, which teacher and which adults and professionals I'm going in to work with. So I guess on one hand, I start to wonder, if I notice these things, and I notice that, the culture of the environment, the classroom, or, the environment I'm in with my clients is different, and I can feel that as an adult, what's to say that these kids can't feel the same thing? So I guess sort of the feedback from you guys is, what I'm looking for is, 1, have you guys noticed things like this? 2, how do you deal with it? You know, do you stop and say, you know, oh, well, it is what it is? Do you try to encourage change? Or do you let yourself, you know, sort of remind yourself that because we're all human beings, we are all different, and it's okay that we're different. And it's okay that we're all getting different experiences from working with different people. So anyway, I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I hope you're all having a good week.